And the main reason that we are discussing CBD today is because last week we just had a wonderful launch of our new flavor. Working?
See. All right, stay with this, please. Let's go.
No more changing, right?
No more changing.
Okay, as I was saying, the reason that we are discussing CBD today is because of our newest launch of our new flavor, cinnamon, and it's delicious. So now we have the natural peppermint and the cinnamon. I do know it's right now a limited time because we're going to see how it goes, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's taste buds and flavor preferences are very different, but I personally think the cinnamon is delicious and delightful, and I like it so far. My favorite over the other.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I threw out there the word endocannabinoid system. So, like, what if I told you that your body was designed with its own internal cannabis system? That is your endocannabinoid system. It's one that regulates sleep, stress, pain, inflammation, and even immunity. So the missing key to unlocking better balance in your body, it's something that's already there. It was already there in nature. So we just need to educate on it and really understand all the amazing benefits of it. So just briefly, we'll just discuss what is CBD oil. But before we do that, make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us, and it also helps you. Leave us comments, leave us questions. We love your feedback. And when we do these trainings, the questions that we do address are the ones pertaining to the topic. So if it's something different, then you can just go ahead and shoot me an email. So what is CBD?
Asking me?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, okay. CBD is cannabidiol. It's a cannabinoid. It's not an endocannabinoid because the endocannabinoid is created within the body.
Okay.
And so it's a main CBD. So CBD is one of the main cannabinoids. There's plenty of other cannabinoids. There's other minors and such, but it's from the hemp plant. And I'm sure many of you know about the hemp plant through THC as in the psychoactive component, but CBD is not psychoactive.
Correct. Unlike THC, it doesn't give you that high that people think about maybe when you're thinking about cannabis and cannabinoids and all that jazz. So it's like a modulator, right? It helps bring your body back into balance. And I don't think anybody really ever thinks of CBD as having that power, as being able to do that. But again, it's just like we have all kinds of systems in our body. We all want to keep those systems in balance, like a homeostasis, right? And it's the same thing for the endocannabinoid system. So typically some uses of CBD oil can really help with stress, anxiety, mood, pain, inflammation, sleep and recovery, and then like focus and overall calm. Like there's many benefits to it. So a lot of times, people might take at night to help with them sleep, but it's not something that necessarily if you're taking during the day that you're going to feel like you're going to fall asleep, right? It really can help balance you, and like finding your proper dosing for yourself and really making it work for you it can take a little bit of time and just playing around with. So let's talk about the endocannabinoid system, the ECS,
Okay.
and just so people really can understand more about why this should be used by everybody.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So it's a cell signaling system.
It is, yeah. Think of it like as a mesh network. It kind of covers all areas of the body. It's larger than the central nervous system, which is made up of the brain and the spinal cord, and then it's also larger than the peripheral nervous system, which kind of is the rest of the body, right? Your skin, your integumentary system, all of your connective tissue, your muscles, your other organs. But the endocannabinoid system has receptors in all areas of the body. It has it in the central nervous system, which is primarily the CB1 receptors. It also has it in the peripheral nervous system, which is usually the CB2, and then they kind of go, there's some overlap. It's very,
yeah. If you guys can hear us, can somebody say, we can hear you?
Yeah.
Because the last comment was 11:59. This is what happened last time.
For reals?
Maybe we just want to start all over. Oh, someone hears. Okay, yay.
Ew.
Okay, I was getting nervous because it showed us that our last comment was at 11:59, right before we started.
Yeah.
The last time that happened, we talked for like 30 minutes and nothing happened. Okay, so sorry for cutting you off. Let's go back into the ECS.
Yeah, no, awesome. So anyway, that endocannabinoid system is a system that does exist. And the endo part is the body making its cannabinoids. So it makes its own cannabinoids to activate those receptors, because that's what it is. It's a series of receptors in the body. And it's funny because they're involved in everyday function of the body. But obviously over time, with age, we lose the production of endocannabinoids, number one. Number two, our environment can stress us out to the point where we exhaust some of our supply of our endocannabinoids. And the exogenous, so the outside of the body, the exogenous supplementation, so using CBD, has been shown to have tremendous benefit, to even to the point where there's an FDA-approved drug used to treat seizures for the endocannabinoids, or for the cannabinoids. So there's a lot of benefit, tremendous amount of benefit. But once people kind of hear that and they put that into perspective, it starts to make a little bit more sense from a supplementation perspective.
Right, especially because so the endocannabinoid system, if it's controlling mood, sleep, appetite, stress, and immune response, when you think about that, everybody's probably thinking, oh, that's me. Yeah, I need support there. I need support there.
Yeah.
So it's really not just like, okay, we take CBD to calm down. It is so much more than that. And how does CBD help? Like you said, it increases our endocannabinoid availability.
Right.
It binds to those receptors indirectly. It reduces inflammation and oxidative stress.
Sure.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a huge one.
Okay, especially because we talk about inflammation all the time, and we talk about it's the root cause of most diseases. We could sometimes like to say all disease. There's always some kind of inflammatory response there, and if like CBD is a tool that can help in reducing that inflammation and oxidative stress, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
That's a big deal. So, and the one that we don't have up here right now, I was looking to see if we had it behind us, is our one for pets. But check it out on our website too. We do have a CBD oil for pets because they have endocannabinoid systems too.
Yeah, mammals.
They also have similar issues that we do. They just can't communicate them like we can't communicate them, right? And that would be interesting if
they try. It's very
them.
funny though.
Right. So if you think about a dysregulated endocannabinoid system,
Sure.
let's go on the other side and think of it. You've got anxiety and chronic stress, poor sleep, autoimmune and inflammatory conditions, digestive issues, chronic fatigue and pain. And I know going way back, one of my first original uses for myself personally with CBD was for my gut. I've figured out a lot, and my gut is a happy gut now, but it's taken a lot of TLC. And it's just something that really helps settle my stomach. So even if I do get a little bit of GI upset, something uncomfortable, it really helps. So so many wonderful things about it. So with that said, we have our CBD oils.
Sure.
And let's go into detail about those. Like, why are ours superior?
Yeah, sure.
Are different kinds, or should I say doses? We talked about the different flavors and maybe how to properly dose starting off. Again, each body's unique, so this is not black and white.
Yeah, of course.
You have to figure out what works for your body.
Yeah, of course. We use a full spectrum CBD tincture, so it's a first step from refined from crude. So it contains a lot of those bio constituents. It has a lot of the terpenes, which are essentially your essential oil, your compounds that come from essential oils, give the smell, the aroma. It has a lot of your flavonoids, so a lot of the plant-based antioxidants. Has a lot of your CBD, your minor cannabinoids in there as well. The next step, refined down, would be broad spectrum, and you kind of lose a lot of the other good stuff, the terpenes and all the stuff I just talked about. Then it goes all the way down to an isolate, which is just pure CBD. So full spectrum is really preferred because you can get the entourage effect, where a lot of these minor CBD cannabinoids will also interact with the endocannabinoid system to exert some positive benefit. However, you will pick up some THC. So the THC being the psychoactive component that most people would be drug tested for.
Right.
Legally, it's allowed to have up to 0.3% THC.
Right.
Ours has every time we test all of ours, it has undetectable. It's detectable, but it's such low amounts that it would not fail a drug test. But I have to disclose the fact that you could fail a drug test. So you're welcome to check out the certificate of analysis to see what those numbers exactly look like. But the full spectrum would be your preferred product. And then go ahead.
And with those trace amounts of THC, you don't feel that psychoactive property. It is so low. The reason we mention it is because we're full spectrum, because it's the preferred choice. It's the one with the most benefits. But again, if you were to take a drug test, there is a very slight chance, because we don't know how much of it you're using too.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, it could be your dosing. So just always keep that one in mind.
Yeah, dosing is important. So we have a 750 milligram and a 1500 milligram. What do we have?
This is our 750 I have right here, organic natural flavor.
And these are organic. The natural flavor and the cinnamon are USDA certified organic, and they're 100% organic. Everything in it is certified organic. So a very high quality product. Dosing wise, we have a 750 and a 1500. That is total milligrams per bottle. So it's going to be 25 per dropper full of the 750, and it's going to be 50 milligrams per dropper full of the 1500.
So obviously just a higher dose.
Yeah, it's a higher dose,
dose,
a more concentrated amount, right? So you would want to work with this, the idea of let's start low and go slow. So titrate up slowly based on your response. So start with the 750. You can titrate up from there, and yeah, the 1500. Use it as needed. Typically, it's a daily dosing schedule.
Right, and some bodies need more. And honestly, you might be one that benefits from the 750 and taking it, several times throughout the day. If you really notice how it helps balance everything, helps you feel. Or you might just be the one that's okay. 1500 once a day is great and does wonders for me. So again, it's about figuring out your body, which is everything that we do, right? When I get a lot of the questions, and there really is, it's not black and white. So we are such unique individuals. Our bodies are very different. So what works for me doesn't work for Dr. Ryan and vice versa. So we all have to figure out our bodies. So very important. Okay. So I feel like there was something that you were saying.
Well, we didn't talk about like side effects or anything like that, but if you wanted to, kind of touch on that a little bit. But the response can vary. I mean, it's not going to cause like extreme like somnolence or sleepiness.
Right.
Maybe you could comment on your personal experience with it, but
I don't feel sleepy or drowsy at all.
Right.
It can bring a sense of calm over me, which is an amazing thing, right?
Yeah.
We all want to be calm and collected. So.
It's funny though, when you give it to the doggies, they do look like they're sleepy. I mean, they're basically
one of our dogs does get very tired.
Yeah.
So I don't, and it's kind of interesting, but again, it might make you tired. So like I would suggest if you're trying it for the first time, try it at night. Try it after dinner so you can see the feelings, but knowing that bedtime is coming. Yeah. If you really do want to relax and go to bed early or just lay down and watch the TV or something like that. Absolutely. But for most people, it's something that you can take regularly. We do advise 18 years of age and older, especially because it is a full spectrum, right? That's one of the main things. I did want to throw out there the pricing. So you'll notice when you're looking at CBD on the market, the prices are astronomically high. And I'm talking $100, $150. You might find some other ones, but remember, if you're finding some other one, you got to always check out the quality, right? So you have to make sure you see the testing. You have to make sure, getting a certified organic CBD oil, but our 750, so our lower dose member price is $14.95, retail price is $19.95. Again, unheard of, but it's something that has been the price has been so inflated over time, and some companies are still keeping it up there because they can get the money for it. Right. But it's crazy. So, and then our 1500 is just a little bit more expensive, $19.95 for members, $24.95 for our retail price. So really it doesn't hurt to have this, either if you're taking it daily, if you're taking it a couple times a day, if that works for you, or just having it in your, I call it a toolkit.
Yeah, of course.
Should you have a moment of stress and anxiety and pain or whatever it is, it's always something amazing to have on hand. Yep. Dosing, we do recommend dropping it under your tongue and letting it hold there for about 30 seconds before you swallow. You can drink water with it. Sometimes because of the oil it's mixed with, I've heard this comment before, and sometimes you can feel, I don't know, just like it'll burn your throat. I don't know why. Randomly it would happen to me. It's just drink it down with water. It's totally fine. But that is orally it's the only way it's supposed to be dosed, because I do get a lot of questions on other possible ways to put it. What else? Our testimonies with it are great.
Yeah,
so they're on our website.
People say is amazing.
Yeah, many customers, talk about how it finally helped them sleep, or the sense of calm, which is personally for me, I love the sense of calm that it gives me. And they say without drowsiness. I was copying this one testimonial. Some people have said it can help them get off of their medication by possibly helping to reduce the pain that they might be in. Can help you reduce your use of like NSAIDs and over-the-counter pain medication that can wreak havoc on our liver, our gut, all the stuff. So it really is, and it's from nature. Like that's what we're trying to get across. Like it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So it's really like, if your body's out of balance and using it it's not. I don't want you to think of it just as another supplement, but it can really help restore balance naturally, anxiety, stress.
Yeah, I agree.
All safely. Yeah. And that was in our new cinnamon flavor. Yeah. It's very nice.
Very nice.
If you like cinnamon.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily see any questions. Well, like maybe some came in. 68 and going backwards. That's awesome. So this is, Ginny is just saying when her client used our CBD oil, when asked what it did for him, he said it took the edge off, and that was a big deal for him. And I feel like that could be a big deal for a lot of people because we're all a little bit like the world we live in. Unfortunately, we're all a little bit on edge, and it's hard to go. We all want to go through the life kind of floating and calm and doing everything, but it's hard. So guys, give it a shot. Been ordering the LiveGood products for almost 2 years now. 58 years young, and feel like I'm going backwards in age. Feeling healthier than ever. The synergetic effect using several products. Love that, Scott, because also I do talk about how our products have a synergistic relationship with each other. And it's not just about taking one, it's about the combination, the stack of things to achieve overall health and wellness. And it's all worth it. Extremely important. Very, very good. Someone's saying anti-inflammatory effects. Was it? Or maybe they're asking if you can reduce acne. Well, I mean, acne can be an inflammatory response. So it just depends on your root cause of the acne. Is it gut dysbiosis? Is it a influx of toxins? Do you need the liver support and the detox and the probiotics?
Of course.
Everybody's different, right? So many stuff. Oh, someone was just saying something about chemotherapy. Yeah,
it can help a lot with the pain and the nausea and stuff that comes along with chemotherapy for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of times it is recommended by physicians for those going through those cancer treatments. So really amazing health benefits that really more and more people should be using on a regular basis to help balance our endocannabinoid system.
You got it.
Yeah. So make sure you guys check it out on our website. You will also see the one for pets, which we personally love to use for our pets. Say we're having typically for having our kids are having a bunch of friends over, and our dogs just love to be in everybody's way and everybody's business and eat their food and everything. So we might use that. We have anxious. We have one of ours is an anxious driver or road tripper. So when we're going to be in the car for a long time, give them the CBD oil. Thankfully, our pups don't have any pain or anything like that we need to give them for. But like thunderstorms and that anxiety, okay, I mean, great thing. The CBD oil for pets. So make sure you guys check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.